Hey guys, Darken here. So today I will be doing a toy review. Basically, something that I'm kind of passionate about. It's based on a TV show. I don't know if any of you've heard it, but basically it's called Kamen Rider. Basically, the best way I describe it to other people is that think of the Power Rangers, except minus the Megazords, the Zords, and between 5 and 4 people. So there's basically one person. It's a live action show. Usually there's a hero and then villains and they're fighting and things like that. Each year they do a different one. However, how the Japanese do it is they don't do it like a normal from January and go straight to December. They have it a little bit different. So they usually go from midway. So they start from about October and go through till the next year, and then it just keeps going on like that. So the previous one, which was just on, which was Kamen Rider X8, finished 2 weeks ago, and they brought in the new one. And the current one is now Kamen Rider Build, or Builder. Basically, he uses a thing called full bottles, or bottles, nonetheless. I'll get to those in a moment. So basically, he puts them into a thing called a driver. So the driver is what he uses. It's his morpher is the best way of describing it. So yeah, look, it's not anything over the top, nothing too big. And the reason why I like them so much is because it's just something different, something that's more intriguing and a little bit better than Power Rangers. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to dive right into this and see how we go. If you guys like it, great. If you don't, yeah, what can you do? But it is something that I want to sort of do, maybe try and do this with other things as well. Again, the series is only just literally Kamen Rider Build has just started 2 weeks ago, so there's bound to be more gizmos, gadgets, trinkets, this, that, and the other. So I'm going to hopefully do something like that each time I get something. I will put descriptions of where you can get these things in the description below. And yeah, and hopefully if you guys are into this sort of stuff, you know where to go to get it. Okay, so I guess that will do it. Let's get into what it is. So basically, as I said, this guy is called Kamen Rider Build, and he has a thing called a build driver, which is that one right there. Looks pretty cool. I really like it. I think the art style's cool. Not really much to say. This one's a little bit more bigger than normal boxes because they usually sort of go smaller. But I went a little bit thing because I want the extra bit. So anyway, basically as you see, that's the driver there. Pretty cool. But he's also got his little holder here. So this is where the bottles go in. As you can see, it looks pretty bit crazy. That's the driver, that's the 2 bottles, and then obviously if you can buy these separately, so you can get one where it's just the driver or one where you can get the holder. But again, me being me, I decided to go, what the hell, splurge a bit more and get a bit more, so why not? So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. As you see, so that's his starter form, Kamen Rider Build starter form. I believe it's a Rabbit Tank. We'll hear that when I open the box and show you. And then the other form is Rabbit Cleaner, or Vacuum. I don't know much about it, only because it was shown last week, but basically it's a cleaning thing. He has various ones do different things, but yeah, I think it's pretty cool, and yeah, there you go. So as you can see on the box, just here, you can get it as a driver, or you can get it as the holder, but this is a 2-in-1 box, so yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So yeah, look, I'm gonna get this out of the bag now, so give me a sec. It's really well packed, I have to say. Jeez Louise. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to be doing this sort of more frequently, depending on how fast I get the stock from. For a lot of people who don't know, this stuff does come from Japan. So sometimes it's here within a week, sometimes it can be within 2 weeks. It really depends on, well, the size and how many I get. I have previously had things, give or take this size, come within 4 to 5 days. So if I order it, say Saturday, it comes Friday, sort of thing. So it's not too bad. A lot of the companies who do this stuff, really cheap, really easy to deal with, and I just enjoy keep going back to them because they look after me. Anyway, so that's out of the packaging. I'll just, before I open this up, as you can see, that's all the obligatories, like how it works, what it does. So you got from here, if I get the camera right, there we go. So yeah, basically it just shows you, I just hit my mic, lovely. As you can see, it just shows you how to do it. So you get the 2 bottles, wrong way, let's go there. So you get the 2 bottles, which are here. You put it into the driver, you crank it, and it does its little sort of noises. And that's pretty standard for a lot of the things. Like the last year's one was a bit different. He would go like that, and then puts it in his driver, and then opens up, and off you go. They try and do something a bit different each year. Previous years they've had a thing where it's a ring and he's put it across his belt. Previous one before that was Drive. Drive had a little cranker, and that was sort of connected on a wrist. But yeah, every year they do something a bit different to change it up, I guess. Anyway, going right a sec. So we keep going in, then you've got the thing where you swap the bottles. Again, pretty self-explanatory on there. And then you got his next form, and then where my hand is here, you got the little belt holder. So, well, bottle holder, whatever. We're not getting critical, are we? Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, you got 1, 2, and 3 little bottles. They're pretty self-explanatory, as this shows us things, but again, we'll get into that as we do. I will say this now, guys. Again, I'm not going to be any world famous thing where it's a hand model thing, so don't expect anything too over the top. Yeah, so I'll cut this open it up, and show you guys. Okay, so here's the driver. Pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. I like it. It's pretty cool, a bit different. So gear in it. So you got some gears just here, crank just to wind it up. So it's pretty self-explanatory. That's the driver. Then you've got these guys, little bottles, I guess you could say, the full bottles. This is a rabbit tank, obviously because that's his respectable ones. They're pretty small. In my hand, they're pretty big. Well, for me, they're pretty small. As you can see, I'll zoom in, just get in here. As you can see, they're pretty tiny, little like liquid thing, and a little knob on the top. So it's sort of, I guess that's it. And then on the back, it's got just little grooves. Like a previous one, which was covered a Drive, they used a similar little groove technique in the cars. So I guess it's so the driver knows what you're putting into it. So yeah, nice sound. I think that's pretty cool, actually. So yeah, so that's rabbit tank. Now this is the extra bit you get with this bundle, I guess. So yeah, that's the little belt holder thing. You put it on your side of your belt, like so. And again, there's your. Now this is the clean, or the vacuum. Pretty cool. I probably need this in real life, really, because I don't clean my room. No, I do. So yeah, so it just logs in pretty well. So that's pretty cool. It's also got, I don't know, this is another thing I only noticed it. If you look on here, right on the front there, I don't know if the camera's gonna do it. There it is. You can see little like different symbols. Basically what that usually means indicate like what's a best match. In the series, he tries to get the best match. If he doesn't match it up, he gets a thing called trial form. So basically, best matches obviously means it'll be more stronger. A trial form means it's a kind of a temporary sort of thing. So yeah. Anyway, let's get this driver. So as I said, that's the driver, and I'm just going to switch it on. Pretty cool, pretty simple. This takes 3 AAA batteries. So yeah, and you just put them in the back here, and that usually pretty much helps you put it on. So yeah, so that's it. But if we pretty much nothing. nothing. But as the TV show does, he does his little jingle. So for me, I shall do it. So basically, I just realised I've got him in the wrong hands, so let's swap that around. Alright, so as best as I can, it'd be nice if I had that up, but I can only do so much. So anyway, and then you twist the heads. So I go there, and I've already done it. Funny how that works. All right, now I put them in the driver. I'll bring it up so you guys can at least see what happens. So rabbit, and then tank. So basically in the show, as he's doing this, tubes will be coming out and it's building around him. And then what he does, Heshin! Isn't that cool? I like that. So basically in the show, I don't know if you could see those. They sort of move up and down, and obviously that lights up. In the show, when he does this, are you ready? Basically in the show, when he does that, he goes Heshim, and then locks up. Now, this seems a little bit more awkward, whereas the other guy, your previous year's Exade one, when he goes Heshim, he puts it in his driver like so, and then he's pretty much in it. But again, they've got to try something different. Now, with each driver, they usually do it not once but twice. So usually the first time is to transform, the second time is usually a finisher. Now, again, it's not the most basic setup, it should be on me, but again, being a big guy, it doesn't fit. We'll just go from this. So this is the second turn, and this is what it says. So here we go. Sorry, that's really cool. I like that. So yeah, Voltic finish is basically his form of a rider kick. So again, previous years they have a special thing or a finisher, and they're usually either a rider punch or a rider kick. But every year, as different riders came on the scene, they did try to change it up. So this one for build was Voltic break or Voltic flash, something like that. So basically what he does is he would run, jump as high as he could, and then he comes down and kicks and beats the guy. It's pretty self-explanatory in that sort of sense. It's just a finishing move. So yeah, it's not anything too crazy. Anyway, again, if I did it again, if I crank it, so it just pretty much does the same thing again. Now, with build, he's usually going to have something that's organic and something non-organic. Now, obviously, I don't have more than one, sadly, but I have two non-organic things, which is tank and vacuum, which is obvious. So, in that regards, when he does it, he actually doesn't crank it yet. What he does is he pulls out the one he needs, twist the knob into possession, and slides it in. Which didn't register. Let's try that again. Soujiki. So basically, in this stage, he's obviously got something that's not his normal transformation. So build up. Now, as you could see, or even hear really, he didn't say the names. So basically what that usually means is because it's a trial form. So trial form is not a complete form, only because it doesn't, I guess the best way to say it doesn't match. So when he does that, it's only just so he can use it temporarily, hence is why you don't get all the flashy ringtones and things. Now normally you would hear him say Heshin, however when he does this and he's already transformed into Build, the character, he says build up, because obviously he's building from what he was. Again, it's just the way they do it. I can't really say much more than that because that's all it is. If, however, we do the finisher way, so again, I'll crank it, and yeah. So that one was a bit different. It was a Voltic attack. Again, reason being probably because of the bottles. Different bottles do different things, and I also noticed that this crank changes different colours. So again, two different things do different attack styles and different poses. I've seen people try different things, so I'm going to try that as well, just to see what it looks like. But I'm not getting my hopes up for anything growing, so turn that out. Put the tank in. And we'll do the crank again. Again, because it's two different non-organic things. Let's show what the finisher would be. So again, it doesn't do anything different. The only thing different about it is the main one. So I would usually think when they do this, I'm just going to switch that off. Usually when they would do that, I guess it really sort of depends on what the non-organic one is. So yeah, it really depends on that. If it gets to a stage where it's like this, I don't know if that will show it. I have to look up to check. Oh yeah, that'll be best. You can see how these two match. These are the best matched ones for him. So rabbit, tank, and that. So again, I don't mind it. I think it's really cool. That's not going to get it old anytime soon. But yeah, it seems like a pretty decent thing. I like the idea of it. And then you can just put those in there, which is pretty cool. I actually like the idea of that. That looks actually a lot better. Works anyway. So yeah, I guess that's really all there is. It's not much else I can sort of say. But yeah, so that is the Kamen Rider build driver, and that is the Kamen Rider full bottle holder, I guess you could say. Like I said, these do come separately, so you can buy this and this separately if you really want to, or you can get it as a bundle. I bought it from, I bought it as a bundle because, well, hey, you get more bottles in that way. Why not? So yeah, I bought this from a website called Hobby Link Japan. Really cool guys. They know their shit. They're very quick to respond, and just easy to deal with. So if you want anything like that, guys, like I said, I'll put a link of that store in the description below. So yeah, I think that will do it, I guess. Yeah, like I said, if you guys really like this video, please hit that like button because everything helps. And if you want to see more from me in the future, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I guess that's all I can say about that. But again, that was the Kamen Rider build driver and full bottle holder. So yeah, I guess that'll do. So thank you very much, guys. Like I said, if you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see some future stuff, hit that subscribe button. And again, I'll catch you all later. Bye.